Welcome to Learning English Topics.
When speaking English, especially British English, it's important to be polite and avoid sounding too direct. British culture often values indirectness, as it can make conversations feel more respectful and collaborative. Instead of giving instructions or making firm statements, people often use polite suggestions or ask for opinions to involve others in the decision-making process. For example, instead of saying, "We will celebrate Christmas at my house," which sounds like a decision has already been made, you could say, "What do you think about celebrating at my place?" Similarly, rather than saying, "I want everyone to come to the restaurant I like," you might say, "I'd rather go to this restaurant. Do you feel like trying it?" This way of speaking helps everyone feel included and allows for a friendly exchange of ideas. Today's story shows how a group of friends politely discuss where to celebrate Christmas using phrases like, "I suggest we," "How about," and "Let's go with." Now let's join the friends and see how they work together to make their plans.
Hi Amy, I got your message. What's so important that I needed to come straight away? Hi Oliver.
Hi, Anya. Yeah, I got the same message.
Christmas is just around the corner. Have we decided where to celebrate this year?
Not yet. You all came to mine last year. I'm not doing that again. It was too much work.
I'm sorry it was so difficult for you.
Yes, maybe we should just do our own thing this year. I don't want to be a burden on anyone.
You can see how Oliver being too direct has offended both Amy and Anya, and now maybe they will spend Christmas separately. Let's see how Oliver could have told them that he doesn't want to host Christmas again, but in a more friendly way.
Not yet. I know we did it at mine last year, but honestly, I'd rather not host again. It was a lot of work.
Fair enough, Oliver. The food was amazing though.
So, you can see just by saying "I'd rather not" instead of "I'm not," everyone is more understanding. Let's see what happens next.
We're going to rent a cottage in the countryside. It's going to be a great little getaway.
I thought we were here to discuss things. It sounds like you've already decided. What makes you think we can afford that?
Yes, I know I can't. I think you'll have to go alone, Amy.
Once again, speaking too directly has caused a problem. If Amy had started with, "I suggest," or "What do you think about renting a cottage?" it would have given the other two a chance to explain that it's too expensive for them, and they would feel more included in the idea. Let's see how the conversation could have gone.
How about we try something different this time? I suggest renting a cottage in the countryside. We could make it a little getaway.
A cottage does sound cozy, but wouldn't that be expensive?
Not necessarily. We could split the cost and it'd be a nice change of scenery. What do you think, Amy?
I'd love that idea. Imagine the snow, a roaring fire, and Christmas movies.
Using phrases like "how about" or "I suggest," "we could," and asking others' opinions makes this a conversation and makes everyone feel involved with the decision. Let's see how the conversation progresses. This time I won't interrupt, but be prepared to answer some questions at the end.
Here's a thought. Why don't we stay in town and go to a fancy restaurant for Christmas dinner?
That's an option. But honestly, I don't feel like sitting in a restaurant for hours on Christmas Day. It feels a bit impersonal.
I agree. I'd rather celebrate somewhere we can relax, play games, and open presents.
All right, how about this? We celebrate at my place. I've got plenty of space, and we can all pitch in with food and decorations.
That's a great suggestion. It'll feel much more personal. Let's go with that. I'm happy to bring the turkey.
I'd like to sort out dessert. Shall I make mince pies and a Christmas pudding?
That sounds perfect. But what do you think about adding a fun activity like Secret Santa?
Ooh, good shout. Do you feel like keeping the budget low, say under £10?
Definitely. I don't want anyone stressing over expensive gifts.
So, we're settled then? Christmas at mine, with everyone bringing something for the feast.
Sounds perfect. Shall we decide on who's bringing what?
Let's do it now. Oliver, you're on turkey duty. Anya, desserts. I'll handle the starters and decorations.
Sorted. Do you think we need anything else?
Drinks? I could bring some mulled wine.
Right. I'll send a group message with all the details. This is going to be the best Christmas yet.
Now it's time for Recall It All, where we review today's topic. Let's see how much you can remember, and if you now know how to make suggestions and express preferences that encourage conversation. Remember that you can watch the video again if you're not sure. It is totally free. Are you ready for Question 1? Question 1. What phrase does Oliver use to suggest an idea for Christmas dinner? Answer 1. We will go to a restaurant. Answer 2. Why don't we stay in town and go to a fancy restaurant for Christmas dinner? Answer 3. I think we should stay in town for Christmas dinner. Answer 4. We should go to a fancy restaurant for Christmas dinner.
Here's a thought. Why don't we stay in town and go to a fancy restaurant for Christmas dinner?
Answer 2 is correct. This is the only answer that includes others in the conversation. Beginning with why don't we is asking the others to discuss the idea. All the other options expect the others to do what Oliver wants. Question 2. How does Amy politely express her opinion about Oliver's restaurant suggestion? Answer 1. She says, that's an option, but honestly, I don't feel like sitting in a restaurant for hours on Christmas Day. Answer 2. She says, I don't want to do that. Answer 3. She says, I'd rather not go to a restaurant. Or answer 4. She says, we're not doing that.
That's an option. But honestly, I don't feel like sitting in a restaurant for hours on Christmas Day. It feels a bit impersonal.
The correct answer is answer 1. When Amy says that's an option, but she's really saying no. But if she just said no, it would be too direct and might upset Oliver. This is a great way of saying no without being too direct. Question 3. Which phrase does Anya use to share her preference? Answer 1. I think celebrating somewhere relaxing would be better. Answer 2. Let's not go to a restaurant. It's a bad idea. Answer 3. I'd rather celebrate somewhere we can relax, play games, and open presents. Or answer 4. I don't want to sit in a restaurant for hours.
I agree. I'd rather celebrate somewhere we can relax, play games, and open presents.
Answer 3 is the correct answer. This is another great way to say no without being too direct. Giving another option also encourages discussion, so others can give their ideas. Question 4. How does Amy propose celebrating at her place? She says, we'll celebrate at my place. It's decided. She says, I think we should celebrate at my place. She says, all right, how about this? We celebrate at my place. She says, I want everyone to come to my place for Christmas.
All right, how about this? We celebrate at my place. I've got plenty of space, and we can all pitch in with food and decorations.
So answer 3 is the right answer. Like most of the phrases we are looking at today, this helps others to join in the conversation and make their own suggestions. How are you doing so far? Hopefully, you're getting all the right answers. Don't forget, if there is anything you have missed, just go back and watch the conversation again. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay, on to question 5. What phrase does Oliver use to agree with Amy's suggestion? That's a great idea. Let's do it. That's a great suggestion. Let's go with that. All right, I'll go along with it. Okay, we'll celebrate at yours.
That's a great suggestion. It'll feel much more personal. Let's go with that.
Both answer 1 and 2 would be okay in this case, but answer 2 is what Oliver said. Answers 3 and 4 make it sound as if you are unhappy, but doing what someone else wants just to be polite. Answers 1 and 2 express happiness, so everyone is comfortable. Question 6. What does Anya say when offering to bring dessert? Answer 1. I'll handle dessert. Answer 2. I'll make desserts for everyone. Answer 3. I'll bring mince pies and pudding. Or answer 4. I'd like to sort out dessert. Shall I make mince pies and a Christmas pudding?
I'd like to sort out dessert. Shall I make mince pies and a Christmas pudding?
Saying I'd like to once again gives the others an opportunity to disagree with Anya's offer to make desserts without thinking that she will be upset if they do. It is another good way of suggesting something without expecting everyone to agree with you. Question 7. How does Amy suggest adding a fun activity to the celebration? Answer 1. We should do Secret Santa. Answer 2. What do you think about adding a fun activity like Secret Santa? Answer 3. I want to do Secret Santa this year. Or answer 4. Let's all agree to do Secret Santa.
Perfect. But what do you think about adding a fun activity like Secret Santa?
Again, Amy asks for the others' ideas. She's really saying that this is what she wants, and by asking the others what they think, they're much more likely to agree. Question 8. How does Oliver respond to Amy's idea for Secret Santa? Ooh, good shout. Do you feel like keeping the budget low, say under £10? That's a great idea. Let's do it. I think Secret Santa's a fun idea. We can do that if you want.
Ooh, good shout. Do you feel like keeping the budget low, say under £10?
Beginning his answer in a very positive way gives Oliver an opportunity to add something to Amy's idea without her thinking that he is taking over the idea. It is still her idea, but with changes that she will accept. Question 9. What does Anya say about the Secret Santa budget? Answer 1. Yes, that works for me. Answer 2. Definitely, I don't want anyone stressing over expensive gifts. Answer 3. I agree, but maybe we can make it £15. Answer 4. I'm happy with a budget of under £10.
Definitely. I don't want anyone stressing over expensive gifts.
Anya begins with definitely, which shows her support for Oliver and his idea. This is one of the few times that direct language is used in the conversation, but because it's an idea which is about money and how much each person must pay, it is more acceptable to be honest and direct. And the final question. Question 10. What phrase does Oliver use to suggest bringing drinks? I'll bring mulled wine. What do you think about me bringing mulled wine? Drinks? I could bring some mulled wine. I'll handle drinks.
Do you think we need anything else?
Drinks? I could bring some mulled wine.
The correct answer is answer 3. So we end with another example of making a suggestion rather than telling others what you want to happen. It is then up to them if they agree. So how did you do? I hope that this helps you in your future conversations and also helps to avoid arguments when you discuss plans or ideas with your friends or anybody else. Well, that's all the time we have for this video. Join us on the next one to keep improving your English. Goodbye until next time, and please remember to leave a like and subscribe before you go.